Hello, all. It's a new year for IT, and every day is an opportunity to learn and deploy knowledge. In that spirit, I am making cybersecurity presentations for your edification. What is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is the art of protecting networks, devices, and data from unauthorized access or criminal use, and the practice of ensuring confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. It seems that everything relies on computers and the internet now. Communication. An example, emails, smartphones, tablets. Entertainment. An example, interactive video games, social media, apps. Transportation. An example, navigation systems. Shopping. An example, online shopping, credit cards, etc. Medicine. An example, medical equipment, medical records, etc. And the list goes on. How much of your daily life relies on technology? How much of your personal information is stored either on your own computer, smartphone, tablet, or on someone else's system? What are the risks of having poor cybersecurity? There are many risks, some more serious than others. Among these dangers are malware erasing your system, an attacker breaking into your system and altering files, an attacker using your computer to attack others, or an attacker stealing your credit card information and making unauthorized purchases. There is no guarantee that even with the best precautions, some of these things won't happen to you, but there are steps you can take to minimize the chances. The first step in protecting yourself is to recognize the risks. Familiarize yourself with the following items to better understand the risks. Hacker, attacker, or intruder. These terms are applied to the people who seek to exploit weaknesses in software and computer systems for their own gain. Although their intentions are sometimes benign and motivated by curiosity, their actions are typically in violation of the intended use of the systems that they are exploiting. The results can range from mere mischief, for example, creating a virus with no intentionally negative impact, to maculous activity, for example, stealing or altering information. Malicious code. Malicious code, also called malware, is unwanted files or programs that can cause harm to a computer or compromise data stored on a computer. Various classifications of malicious code include viruses, worms, and Trojan horses. Malicious code may have the following characteristics. It might require you to actually do something before it infects your computer. This action may be opening an email attachment or going to a particular web page. Some forms of malware propagate without user intervention and typically start by exploiting a software vulnerability. Once the victim computer has been infected, the malware will attempt to find and infect other computers. This malware can also propagate via email, websites, or network-based software. Some malware claims to be one thing, while in fact they do something different behind the scenes. For example, a program that claims it will help speed up your computer may actually be sending confidential information to a remote intruder. Vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities are flaws in software, firmware, or hardware that can be exploited by an attacker to perform unauthorized actions in a system. They can be caused by software programming errors. Attackers take advantage of these errors to infect computers with malware or perform other malicious activity. To minimize the risks of cyber attacks, follow basic cybersecurity best practices. Keep software up to date. Install software patches so the attackers cannot take advantage of known problems or vulnerabilities. Many operating systems offer automatic updates. If this is an option available to you, you should enable it. Run up-to-date antivirus software. A reputable antivirus software application is an important protective measure against known malicious threats. It can automatically detect, quarantine, and remove various types of malware. Be sure to enable automatic virus definition updates to ensure maximum protection against the latest threats. Note: because detection relies on signatures, known patterns that can identify code as malware, even the best antivirus will not provide adequate protections against new and advanced threats such as zero-day exploits and polymorphic viruses. Use strong passwords. Select passwords that will be difficult for attackers to guess, and use different passwords for different programs and devices. It is best to use long, strong passphrases or passwords that consist of at least 16 characters. Change default usernames and passwords. Default usernames and passwords are readily available to malicious actors. Change default passwords as soon as possible to a sufficiently strong and unique password. Implement multi-factor authentication, MFA. Authentication is a process used to validate a user's identity. Attackers commonly exploit weak authentication processes. MFA uses at least 2 identity components to authenticate a user's identity, minimizing the risk of a cyber attacker gaining access to an account if they know the username and password. Install a firewall. Firewalls may be able to prevent some types of attack vectors by blocking malicious traffic before it can enter a computer system, and by restricting unnecessary outbound communications. Some device operating systems include a firewall. Enable and properly configure the firewall as specified in the device or system owner's manual. And lastly, and probably most importantly, be suspicious of unexpected emails. Phishing emails are currently one of the most prevalent risks to the average user. The goal of a phishing email is to gain information about you, steal money from you, or install malware on your device. Be suspicious of all unexpected emails. Thank you all for your kind attention, as I really enjoy making these kind of presentations to pass on the knowledge. Please like and subscribe for more content.